Devora Zack is CEO and founder of Connect Consulting, which provides strategic plans, assessments, executive coaching, customized training, and facilitation in leadership, communication, teams, change, and personality inventories. She's the author of three books. Um, Managing for People Who Hate Managing, Be a Success by Being Yourself. Singletasking, Get More Done, One Thing at a Time. And Networking for People Who Hate Networking, second edition, a field guide for introverts, the overwhelmed, and the underconnected. And I have to say, probably one of the best books I've ever read on networking. So, Devora, good to see you. How you holding up?
Thanks. Great to see you as always, Dave.
Let's just jump in here. I indicated that I really like that networking book, but I don't recall a chapter in there about global pandemics. What's your advice for people networking, being trapped at home in a virtual way? What would you recommend?
Well, a lot of the same things apply when you're trapped at home. For example, you still want to be authentic in your networking. You want to make it easy for other people to network with you. You want to be clear about why you're networking with different people. And a lot of things are different. For example, there's a lot of challenges because we don't have the most of the nonverbal cues or body language. There's the expectation is different in terms of how we engage with people. And I'm always talking about the value of in-person interactions, which we have to put a hold button on for now.
Mhm. You spend an awful lot of time trying to help out the introvert community or the introverted community, and also helping the extroverted community understand the introverted community. So good job there. Well done. As we're kind of going through this weirdness, who has it harder? Do the introverts have it harder, or do the extroverts have it harder right now?
Well, I'll tell you, I get asked this question quite a bit, and the extroverts really are convinced they have it harder because they're like,
we always do that.
we're in these boxes. Well, they each have their own challenges. Introverts also love interacting with people. But the extroverts, one of their big challenges is that they're often being and living in isolation right now, which is really, really hard, especially for people who identify strongly with being extroverts. As we know, it's a continuum, and most of us are somewhere in the middle of the two sides of the spectrum.
Mhm.
The introverts have it hard for various reasons. Also, some of the introverts are at home with a lot of people who they don't get any downtime away from.
Mhm.
Also, the expectation that we're on a lot of calls and Zoom and other visual platforms
Mhm.
can be really draining to introverts, including the Brady Bunch style
I
boxes.
know, right?
Can be really overwhelming to introverts. And so I would give different advice to different personality styles.
Mhm.
For the extroverts, they can, because they're starved for that interaction,
Mhm.
may have a propensity to ramble when they're on conference calls or meetings or video calls, because it's like this chance to talk. And so a good piece of advice for extroverts is to remember the acronym WAIT, WAIT, which stands for why am I talking? So if you're an extrovert and you notice that you're talking a lot in the conversation, just to discipline yourself a little bit, say, okay, wait, I have to answer the question, why am I talking? Is it necessary before I say my next statement? For the introverts, it's kind of the opposite. Sometimes introverts on these calls will feel or actually be pressured into giving responses right away. And introverts, because they think before to talk, that can get them in trouble. So a great a great tool for introverts is to say to yourself and to those that you're in the call or the meeting with, I need some time to process that. Let me process that. I'll get back to you.
Mhm.
When do you want me to get back to you?
Mhm.
Or how,
Mhm.
I'll get back to you soon. And
Mhm.
then actually to get back to them. So give yourself that out. Really simple. Just, I need to process that, or I'd like to process that
Mhm.
before you jump in with your response.
Okay, that's great advice. And the question I ask everybody, Devora, is what lessons are we learning now that we must not forget?
So I'll tell you, I have a favorite quote, which I'll tell you the quote and then I'll tell you my twist on it for these times. So it's from Philo of Alexandria, and it goes like this: Be kind, for everyone you know is fighting a great battle. And that's always been a great thing to remember for me and for other people I know as well, to be kind to others. However, my addition to it in these times that I hope we can all remember is to put that quote also towards yourself, because we are all fighting great battles right now. And a lot of my clients and other people that I've been in touch with are beating up on themselves right now, saying, what's wrong with me? How come I'm not more productive? Why is it taking me so long to adapt? We are fighting a great battle, and remind yourself of that and make it okay to take some time to adapt. That it's harder than it seems. And for everyone just to say, oh, let's look on the bright side, give back, like all these sort of truisms, that's fine. But we don't want to follow that advice to the detriment of honoring the adjustment time that many of us need.
And can you do me a favor before we give our parting goodbyes here? Can you please show the audience the street yogurt that you have that you're gifting me? That's gonna be FedEx to me at room temperature. Thank you. Yeah, it's a long story. It's a private joke, but I felt like sharing it with the audience. Devora, as always,
the book we're talking about.
This is the no. Hold up the book. Hold up the book one more time. This is an awesome book. It's Networking for People Who Hate Networking, second edition. You've got to check it out. Devora,
if English is not your first language, it's in about 15 or 20 languages. So
it's on Amazon, right?
That's right.
Okay. Great talking to you, and we'll talk again soon. Okay.
I can't wait.